Biggest concern for the Niners week 1.
It has to be Jake Moody, assuming he plays, and it does sound like he's on track to play. It's just hard to have confidence in somebody that you're not even sure if they're confident in themselves. This was a player who struggled his first game out, struggled again the second time out, and then was injured. I think Moody's a big question mark. Big question mark. Now, he may play fine, but if the game comes down to a field goal, how confident are you in Moody? And I think this might be one of those games where a field goal might be the difference. I hope that Moody's okay, because what happens is if Moody misses a big time kick in this game or just doesn't look good at all, how do you go into week 2 with Moody as your kicker, knowing the preseason that he came off of? I don't think that you can. So I hope that he's fine, but he's got to be my biggest concern going into week 1.
It's a good one. He's a huge concern. I feel like I have the same my concern is that the Niners learned nothing from the NFC Championship game. Let's start there.
Okay.
I'm afraid they learned nothing because they went to Philly after playing a bunch of like easy road games where they were the home team and there was no like real crowd noise. They fly across the country. They come in with this real arrogant game plan where they're like, we're going to throw down the field early against a team with a really good pass rush and a really loud crowd. And they have these like really slow developing plays against this freaking pass rush that isn't even, that's just teeing off. And the game's over before it starts. Like, are you going to do that again? It's going to be even louder in Pittsburgh with the towels and stuff. It's going to be super freaking loud. You got TJ Watt coming off the right side. It was Hassan Reddick. This guy's just as good as Hassan Reddick, just as good, if not better. So are you going to be doing that same kind of stuff? Like, oh, let's hit him with the play action 7-step drop, Debo coming around, like really taking our time. Or are you going to like be in the shotgun?
Look at TJ Watt. How many sacks? I mean, how many fumbles he's forced in his career? This man gets to the quarterback and strip sacks a lot. That is a concern.
A lot of times Kyle Shanahan likes to double down and be like, look, we're going to do what I wanted to do last time. And this time we're going to execute it correct. Like, don't do that. Don't come in with a real arrogant game. Like, give them the proper respect, TJ Watt and the Steelers defense, and get the ball out of Purdy's hands. And don't ask him to take 7-step drops from under center. The stuff they used to do for Jimmy against the Rams, remember we used to talk about the Jimmy gimmies? Those. The little quick pop passes, all the different screens. That's what Kyle can do it. We've seen him do it. Are you gonna? You have to in this game. I think it's the only way you win. He did a good job against the Cowboys of protecting Purdy. He only scored 19 points, but at least they didn't turn the ball over and get Purdy injured, which is what they did against Philly. So I just want to see that. Concerned about Kyle.
It's not just
his game plan.
It's not just TJ. You've got Highsmith on the opposite side, who's a double-digit sack guy. They have a lot of pass rushers. Cam Hayward. They've got guys that will get after the quarterback. I agree. I mean, the game plan that they should have had against Philly is exactly what they should do here, which is instead of trying to protect your quarterback from this player, go at that player. Let them fool them. Let them get upfield quick and then run a screen behind them. That is what Brock Purdy does so well. Throwing with arm angles, changing the arm angles. So even if he's got somebody in his face and he's got a tough screen to complete, he can wrap the ball around him. That's what he does well. So allow him to make those short, quick passes right behind TJ Watt. Allow TJ Watt to get upfield quick and then slow him down by running a screen behind him and make him think. And then maybe you can start to mix in play action later in the game.
I have one more concern, and maybe this is the biggest concern, because we were talking earlier about dark cloud hanging over the Niners, and if it's gone. Yeah. Then you said yes. Let's say partially, because to me, the other part of the cloud is seeing a full game of Brock Purdy. Okay, we saw 3 drives against backups, and it looked good. What's a full game of Brock Purdy look like against the Steelers on the road? Because if he looks good and he beats them, then you're thinking, okay, here we go, Niners Super Bowl. Like, all right, like forget all the picks he threw, forget the surgery. Bosa's back, Purdy's back, team is clicking, let's go. if it's not though, if he looks shaky and he shows some of this arm fatigue, or he can't make he doesn't have the zip he had, I mean, we'll see it. Or if he takes a bunch of hits or whatever, you can think, here come the clouds. Rain cloud, it's dark. So I think that's the other part. We still got to see what Purdy really is. I don't think we've seen it yet. I don't think we have.
I think that's very fair. I have confidence that he's going to be fine. I mean, I just picked him to throw 0 interceptions, but so for me, it's not as much of a worry. But to me, that's a fair concern to have. It really is. It definitely is. Can he produce the way that he did last year, or does it look different for some reason? And to your point, they really haven't. They didn't face a number 1 defense during the offseason. You know, the 3 or drives or whatever they had against.
They faced 2. They faced the Niners and the Raiders, and it didn't go good for Purdy. But this was just practice. It was just practice. So let's see.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe I'm being too concerned about this, but we'll know. And if Purdy kills it, this is going to be the most optimistic fan base. People are going to be like, why were we tripping? Why were we worried so all offseason? Well, this is the last one. So let's talk about.
I think health is a big deal throughout the season. Purdy and everybody. I mean, getting through this game and playing well still doesn't override that Shanahan gets his quarterbacks injured. So it's a long season, and that is going to be something that week in and week out we're like, is Shanahan going to protect Purdy this week? Is this the week that he does something stupid and puts him in a bad position? I think that is going to be a concern all season.
Fish and chips. Kyle owes you an interview. He's in the best mood for ages. Get knocking on his door. Find your journalistic nature again in spirit of Papa. He's not going to do it during the season. I missed it, but I'm working on some other stuff with some other. Yeah, and not just him, but I'm working on some players. So let's see what I can do. But Kyle has been in a great mood. Did you see him today? He was cracking jokes.
Oh,
smiling.
He was. How could you not be happy? Are you kidding me?
Yes. Ezio Sanchez is looking forward to throwing singles all season. $2. Yeah. D Nice says, so the line didn't change till 2.5. I guess Vegas never thought Bosa was going to miss the game. How about that?
Yeah. Good point.
Kless says, does this mean a top player going to be gone next year? If so, who you think? Keep rocking, fellas.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. I had a lot of comments on my video when he signed saying, well, see you later, Ayuk, or see you later, Kittle. I don't necessarily think that's the case. And again, once we see how the contract is structured, we'll be able to figure it out and know a little bit more. And I think if I'm going to comment on this, I don't want to speculate. I want to have hard facts. This is what it looks like next year, and have a more intelligent conversation. So it's impossible to know without the structure.
I don't want to say Ayuk should worry because I don't really know. But if they don't bring back Ayuk, that would be a big mistake, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
I
see.
agree.